Hello, stream and company. As far as I am aware, I believe that our raccoon friend, Kyle slash Meep, said that last session that he probably wouldn't be able to be here because they're going through some stuff IRL. So, they might pop in. If they don't, whatever, we're just gonna roll with what we got. If we get to a big encounter, I will cut so that nobody misses out on anything. With that, let's get into recap. Last time, the party had made their way to the fallen Fomor Blight, a swamp that had been infected with some sort of ooze that trickled down from the mountainside. The party started by heading through the Fomorian forest a little bit, but when the trees got weird, the party got flighty and took off. Through the air, they quickly got to the skull on the horizon, the fallen Fomorian King, where they found the pool that all of this goop was originating from, as well as a bunch of barrels that it seemed to be like oozing out of, as well as a cave against the backside of the pool. Upon trying to clean up the barrels, the party was attacked several times by a zombified megalodon, giant shark that eventually got Volin in its mouth. Reactions were interesting. The party's raccoon, who is currently AWOL, reversed gravity, saving Volin from going into the goop, but also in the process lifting her, the shark, all of his friends, and the skull above them into the air. The party that was nearby proceeded to beat the hell out of the shark until it ceased to move. Hi, Pan. At which point, Meep let go of the reversed gravity and everything began to fall. Everybody made some decent saves and such, and the party, through teamwork and perseverance, was able to save themselves from the free fall, landing near. I think they landed nearby. I don't really remember. They came back and they were able to view the skull slam down into the pool and the mountainside, splashing the goop all over the place and cracking the skull up. After which, I believe Meep found some treasure in the mountains because a viewer reward was redeemed, and the party split that up. And Graveheart mined a bit of gold off of the dead Fomorian King's gold tooth, to which everybody assumes Graveheart is now cursed. The wisdom save didn't help, but and I think that's about where we left it off, was right after all of that. Unless anybody has any questions, we will pick up as you all have just watched this giant skull slam into this pool of goop with a smacking pudding sound as it all just sort of gloops all over the mountains surrounding it. The skull now much more cracked and deformed than before.
I think things went pear-shaped.
I'm pretty sure things could have gone 1,000 times worse. Although I that that shark seemed like something unnatural. I don't know if somebody put that here or something, but that was just not right. Like, the ocean's already fucked up. You don't need to make mud puddles fucked up too.
If you'd like, Anakir can make a history check here.
I can try.
Or wait, no. You wouldn't. You haven't seen it before. Valin, do you remember?
No.
Do you remember, or do you need to make a history check, Valin?
Remember what?
Go ahead and make a history check for me, Valin. I'll say at advantage.
Okay.
Start us off for the night. Yeah, you've seen that shark before. That got summoned out of the ground to bite Androx when you were fighting the Lich guy.
Well, definitely interesting seeing that shark again. Encountered him before when Androx was in the party. Yeah, connected to the Lich.
Androx or the shark?
Say that again?
Androx or the shark?
The shark.
That's good. We don't have to go back and kill your friend.
That'd be really fucked if I made Rory kill his own old character.
That'd be traumatizing. Wow.
Called development. Don't worry.
Maybe campaign 2. Maybe campaign 2. We'll see.
Well,
So what's that hole in the mountain now? That is a new hole, isn't it?
It is a cave that you had seen when you were fucking around with the barrels before.
the barrels that we did not finish dealing with before gravity got turned upside down.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a hell of a thing to find those now, I'm sure.
Alright. Does this mean we gotta go back up there?
Looks like it.
Well, whatever we
Sing
do,
it.
we probably got to make a decision to get moving here at least soon, because I don't know if that shark was connected to Lich Fuck, but knowing that guy and his affinity for dead fish, it's probably likely that he was connected to that thing in some sense. And I'm pretty sure other people noticed a giant floating skull that wasn't floating moments before.
Yeah, that would get people interesting parties to investigate. Do we hide out in the woods?
Now we go to the skull. Again.
There's definitely like a weird silence from the environment now after the like crash. Like there was a lot of like frog song and like bug noises and birds and such. And then there's a big crash, and it is very quiet. Everything's in hiding.
So then, do we want to go check out the cave, or where do we want to go?
How long did it get us back up there? Up there again?
Was that how long would it take you guys to get back up there?
Yes.
I imagine you guys just like flew out of range of everything and then like avoided any sort of projectile stuff as it was like coming off. So you're probably like 30 minutes away or so. So I imagine by the time you guys are done discussing what to do and getting up there, it'd be about 1 p.m.
Okay, so we have time to go back up there, but we need to make a decision soon, considering all the ruckus we made.
I just
Why don't
realized
we
I
go
can
for
move
it?
my clock.
Alright, we should go for it.
Alright, so you are all in agreement that you want to head up to that cave?
I know I am.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So everybody gathers back up to your means of flying. Wings, unicorns, carrying owls, whole shebang. You fly back up and you head towards the entrance of the cave. As you begin to approach the entrance of the cave at about 1 p.m., you, before, getting within entry distance, you, get close enough that you begin to see, the outside of it, that there is some, like, symbology of, like, frogs and cranes and dragonflies. Almost like this totem pole look, where like there's the frog on the bottom, and it's like looking up, and its tongue is going towards the dragonfly with the crane over it, looking towards where the tongue is going, and then the dragonfly on top with the like thorax of the dragonflies meeting over the entryway of the cave. As you get close enough to have the ability to enter, there is no like door or anything. Like I said, it's a cave, but inside, at the top of the cave, you can make out more bone, potentially the spine of the fallen Fomorian King.
Wonder what sort of artist left that on there.
It's definitely sort of unlike anything any of you've seen before. But the artisanry of it is it's very well made. It almost gives off like holy site vibes or like tomb.
Could this be one of those beers?
I'm pretty sure we'd be able to feel some sort of energy if this was beer.
Well, you do know that the like blight itself in front of this is a bia, but you also sensed that it was like tainted in some way.
Hey, Rose, quick question.
What's up?
How big is the cave that we're in? Because considering I would like to place a magic circle at the entrance.
You've not entered yet, but I'd say that it's about 20 foot wide, about 30 feet tall. It's rather sizable. And as far as I know, nobody's entered yet.
I've been standing at the entrance just examining the artwork. I'll light my lantern if it's dark, like if the entryway's dark.
You've got a fairly high passive investigation, right?
Yeah, I think 21.
Yeah, you catch some Undinian symbols amidst the art. None of you know it, but you recognize the symbology at this point.
Mm-hmm. I have a lich feeling about this cave.
Well, since I don't have any paper on Valin is gonna like pull out some sort of pen, which will be easily be able to write what she sees on her arms.
Do you have a pen?
Well, I assume that I do because otherwise there would be no way for me to mark what's on the map.
I think you have an inking quill, which you're going to have a hard time writing on your arm with, especially if you're moving. Let me double check. Pillow, blanket, incense, tinderbox, healer's kit. Your inventory says you have 2 books of exalted deeds, so I'm going to remove one of those.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but we're going to fix that. I don't see it in here. Maybe it's in here. Mango, sugarcane. Sugar spelled wrong. Coconut. Coconut spelled wrong. I love you, but I'm going to start having to give you spelling tests.
Oh no!
Do you still have the Drunken Weasel book? Or did you give that to Sunky?
I don't remember. I think I gave it to Sunky.
Okay. I don't see anything for writing in any of your stuff. At least not that I'm noticing. But I imagine that when Isgaroth gave you the map, because that's whose map you obtained, they also gave you extra that I'm going to DM hand wave because Isgaroth was a scholarly character. I can imagine them carrying around extra supplies. They were very thorough. So Isgaroth gave you some of their extra, like, quill and ink that I'm just not going to worry about keeping track of for your cartography. You don't have, like, a cartography kit, so your map is not professional. Things are not to scale, but it's used to keep track of where everything is, right?
Yep.
Fun to do it that way and not have to get anal and worry about things. So you have a quill and ink in your inventory that I'm just going to add down here. I'll put it as a consumable. Probably not going to be feasible for you to write on your arm with that while you're running, though. If you had, like, there's an item called an emerald pen that is, like, a magical pen that you can, like, that has a spell on it that you can, like, write on whatever with it. Or I don't know if there's an actual, like, ink pen item, but that I would allow. Yeah, I'm sure the party's missing Isgaroth right now with their, like, I'm gonna draw on the wall with chalk.
Missing our scholar.
You don't have chalk either. I double checked for that too. You do have a candle. So, Daniel, you said Onakur lights up a torch. Did I hear that?
His hooded lantern.
Ah, yes. I forget you have that sometimes. All right. So
Yeah.
the purple glow from the tinted glass, like, casts shadows of some of your feet. Not all of you, but some of you. As you all begin to approach, I'm sure, Onakur, you also hear this as you're, like, investigating the exterior. But anyone who's close enough to the actual opening to the cave, you're going to hear a clink, 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 far in the distance. The quiet, sure sign that someone deep within is mining.
Surprised they didn't hear all the commotion with the shark.
Maybe the shark was just put there to make sure that they could do this, and they are kind of just working through the noise. Either way, let's take this a bit cautiously and do you think it would be a good idea for me to turn on my lantern? I mean, how many members of this party have dark vision so I can hold on to their hand?
I think everybody but you.
That's really upsetting to hear, Jesus. Thank you. But yeah.
Meep has 60 feet dark vision. Mika has 60 feet dark vision. Graveheart has 60 feet dark vision. Valen has 60 feet dark vision.
All right, well, for the sake of stealth, I'm gonna just turn my lantern back off, and I'm just gonna hold on to somebody's like cloak.
We could tie a rope to you.
Nah, that has weird implications of ownership, and I'm good on that.
Put a child leash on Anakur.
No bindings can restrain me.
Right, you could buy a pair of handy-dandy night vision glasses. I see in the dark.
So who wants
So
to
we're about to enter, or have we entered?
Nobody's entered yet, but Anakur has turned his lantern out and has said that he'll hold somebody's hand in the dark because he can't see in the dark.
If you need to, hold on to one of my feathers.
I'll go in first, since I've got the shield. Then the magical flail.
Yeah, your flail does emit a little bit of light, I think.
I will politely ask the flail to emit less light.
Can you go a little dimmer?
I don't know, I've never tried. Shines like brighter for a second and then goes dimmer. But like, not that much dimmer. You're the only one that hears any of that too.
I will still drop down into a stealthy position and slowly inch forward.
Evelyn is gonna cast Magic Circle at the entrance, roughly in the center. And gonna choose Fiend, Fae, and Undead.
Okay. How big did I say the entry was?
Like 20 feet.
You said 20 feet.
Okay. I wanted to double check because I'm looking at it and it goes 10 by 20 and I'm like, that's not what I fucking said, was it? Because that would have been very funny. So you put it in like the dead middle, so there's like 5 feet on either side.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so you all carefully begin to enter into the Spine Shatter Hollow as you quietly creep down the carefully mined corridor. The walls made of surprisingly smooth stone. It's a little too dark to make out, but I'm sure that at least one of you put your hand on the wall as you're traveling through, and you can feel that there are engravings upon the interior as you begin to make your way in, descending as you do. There's not stairs; it's like a ramped incline, but it's very gentle. But I'm sure you're all very well aware that you are heading down. As you begin to enter the cavern. And now we know the villagers. I don't get that reference, but I'm sure that somebody somewhere does. So,
The actress Faye Dunaway.
yeah, I don't know. So you've all got pretty good senses. So as you begin to get far enough in, of course the mining sounds get louder, the clear clang of the pickaxes hitting stone. There's another couple of sounds that begin to grow louder. You can hear Frogsong again. But those of you with keener senses are able to pick up that this is coming from deeper into these caverns. You also hear another noise of like rock on rock that's fairly consistent now that you hear it. It's like a grinding noise, if you will.
Does it sound like it might be around the next bend?
No, it sounds like it's much deeper in, like the pickaxes are. So it might be part of whatever they're doing. But some of the frogs sound closer.
The frogs might be an alarm system.
Or a defense.
Frogs big enough to be a defense. Somewhat terrifying.
I'll be real with you. I prefer big frogs over that fucking shark any day of the week.
Yeah.
Everybody go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Can I take my passive?
No.
Darn, it's 6 points better.
Damn. Anakur got a nat 20.
My ears are opened.
Volin is AFK. So I guess she misses out on this roll. But Mika and Anakur, you can hear. Welcome back. Perception check, please. And Mika and Anakur, you are able to. Volin, you hear the sound of chains on top of everything I've described thus far. Mika and Anakur both also hear that, but you can hear in a raspy, low voice between two individuals in the room on your guys' left coming up, talking in Undinian.
I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages on myself.
Alright, let's see.
For the duration, I understand the literal meaning of any language I hear or see signed. I also understand any written language that I see, but I must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
Yeah, I was just going into. There we are. Cast it. Okay, so you cast the spell as subtly as you can in the hallway. With a little wave of your hand, a pinch of suit that ignites for a second. Smells a bit like a fart. And then you begin to understand the people in the room. As you listen in, one goes, "Least they could get. Better bug. Work all day. Bullshit."
Guys, I think the people in the next room are blue collar individuals complaining about their food.
Right. What does their collar have to do with any of this?
Everything and nothing, Graveheart. Everything and nothing.
Okay.
Sound like they're having a rough day.
They're complaining about working long hours and having shitty bugs to eat. I think they might be frog people.
Do you think they would help us if we freed them? Huh?
I mean, I guess we'd have to figure out if they're being kept here against their will, or if they're like working, or if they're like, I don't know, like magically like I don't know. And we could try and scope out and suss out and see if they're like for the cause or something like that.
Huh? Maybe we could unionize them.
It's strange that you ask me what being a blue collar, what a color of somebody's collar has to do with anything, and then you bring up unions.
Huh? What do those have to do with one another? Unions protect workers. Collars are parts of shirts.
I can hear myself being stared at.
It's one of those moments in the anime where all of the characters turn chibi and slowly drift away from the screen center. But as you are discussing, you continue to hear dwarf's problem on Eastern Front. Fucking scale man. Bullshit.
They seem to be talking about some sort of like trouble with like that the dwarves are having on the Eastern Front, and some sort of scale man bullshit. I have scales and I'm a man. That's a little bit of offensive.
Hopefully they're not talking about you.
Eastern Front. I don't know where that could be located. She like scanned over her map, trying to figure out what could be the most logical conclusion.
The desert, my village.
There ain't nothing but mountains to the east of here.
I was thinking map wise, like I think the desert was somewhere to the east. That's all in my head that I could think of.
Like, you guys are underground you guys are in the mountains, like this mine is like, I don't know, like carving through the mountain, if that makes sense. So, like, you guys are probably, like, here-ish now. But, like, underground.
Me.
So you think we're under the base of the mountains?
No, you are in a mine going through the mountain.
Thank you for clearing that.
Yeah, like, if you were outside of the cave, like you would still be above sea level. Like, you'd be above ground. Like, you're like outside, you're still not at like where grass was around the outside of the mountain. Like, you are in the middle of the mountain. Its core, if you will.
So what should we do next? Keep going? Try to hide?
I wish there was a clear way where we could figure out if they're friend or foe.
Ask them?
Yeah, I guess that way works because as soon as we step in, if they're a foe, they'll attack us.
Yep.
Ooh, I have an idea, guys. How about you guys let me go up to them, trying to preach and preach the word of Titan, and then however they react, then then we all beforehand decide to either gather up together if they're friendly, or attack them if they're gonna attack us.
That might provoke them even if they are friendly.
Yeah, I was about to say I love your enthusiasm, and I understand your fervent need to preach, but you tend to choose the wrong time to preach to people. Right now is definitely not like the that's if I was on lunch break and somebody came in and I was already pissed off that the food that I was eating was shitty, and some random chick came in and started proselytizing to me about her god, I'd kill her off of general principle.
Wait, there's people that would actually do such a thing?
Yep.
Valin, we've fought in them many times. We have fought in many evil people who have done many evil things for many inane reasons.
Yeah, you're right. I just thought it was a good idea.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but maybe we preach to a more friendlier crowd in a less stinky place.
Yeah, it does smell like raw sewage around here.
I mean, I can get a closer listen and just try and like get any clearer information. Or we
Yeah,
just continue towards the mining noise.
So yeah, you guys are discussing, and you've got an ear in still, and you hear crazy scale men think fly like bird people. He should go back to ocean water scale. There's a cacophony of like croaking noises.
These guys definitely work for the fish lich. Fish lich is trying to fly. They're making jokes about how the scale man should go back to the sea because of sea scales, because he wants to fly. He's trying to fly. That sounds like something we've kind of known already, but I'm not. It's evading my lizard brain.
I'd say it's probably been about an hour since you all entered the cave system as well. And you are at a point where there is this room on the left where you're hearing these guys talking, but the tunnel does continue down. It's starting to like veer a bit more eastward, but like, what do you guys want to do from here?
I think the best move is to continue moving, following the sounds of the mining, because we're just gonna get more idle chatter from the two frogs, or whatever frog-like creatures these may be, and I think we'll find more answers deeper in the cave.
Belinda's gives a thumbs up and nods vigorously.
Alright, so I'm gonna have everybody make a stealth check as you make your way past the room with these frog guys talking inside. Does anybody want to do anything to add to that for anybody at all?
I believe I can. I actually I don't remember if I can or not.
On a curve,
I think that was
roll a
Androx.
10.
Yeah, it was Androx that could do Pass Without a Trace, not me.
I'll give myself a bardic inspiration.
There might be something Meep can do. I don't know if Mika has anything in that way. Well, I think that might be something you can get as a ranger.
What effect
Meep does have it, actually.
What effect does Valen have?
It looks like Valen's using guidance.
Anything to help with the stealth.
Because you have to roll a disadvantage because of your armor, don't you?
Yep.
So he's not here, but I'm going to use up his last second level slot for this. Just because, like, that's going to help you all a lot. A veil of shadows and silence radiates out from Meep. And, like, you all feel like you are in the small, like, quiet frame of a little raccoon yourselves as this aura emanates out from Meep, helping you all with your stealth roll. Everybody gets a plus 10, so Daniel's 10 turns into a 20, plus he said he's going to bardic himself. Stealth checks, you can't be tracked except by magical means now. And none of you leave any tracks anymore. Is that before your plus 10?
Yep.
29 is pretty damn good. Alright, and then...
Do I still roll at the disadvantage?
Yes. But did you add that plus 10 already, or?
Yeah, it should be on that roll.
Oh, wow. Alright. Bardic Inspiration. So Oniker's up to 28. Did I get a stealth check from Mika at all? I don't see one.
Am I doing it with disadvantage or normal?
It should be normal for you, I believe. You don't have heavy armor on, right?
I don't believe so.
Or
And
noisy chain.
then you also get plus 10 on top of that because of the spell that Meep used. So you have a 34. Quiet as a mouse, as they say, right?
Absolutely.
Alright. So Valin is the only one who rolled very low at all. How do I... Oh yeah, I do have private roll on. Okay, cool. So let's see. I didn't mean to make that as on occur. But you all successfully sneak on past.
I was gonna say if somebody didn't do it, I would have Mika do that Bugs Bunny thing where he randomly screams, "Be quiet!"
So, this is the first time, and I need you all to understand this. I have run so many stealth checks in this game. This is the first time Valin has made a stealth check. Let that sink in for everybody. I've been running this campaign for like halfway to 4 years now. I'm between year 3 and year 4 in this campaign, and Valin has been Altha's character this entire time. This is the first successful stealth check she's ever made, I believe.
Woo!
Yes,
Congratulations.
all the others have failed.
You couldn't hear it, but I gave you a round of applause.
Thank you.
You couldn't hear it because it was so silent. We were all stealthy.
Yeah. Oh, I will say though that if Valin did roll like with the plus 10 at disadvantage, I was gonna again give her a bardic as well. Burn a bardic. We're trying to stealth right now.
Yeah, she got a 12 with the plus 10. Luckily, the frog guys rolled a 9.
Keith. Oh my god.
Somehow my
just
luck
imagine-
came out.
For a moment, Valin's like everyone else is getting stealthy, and then Valin takes a step. Her armor starts shaking. She puts her fingers underneath her armor and like hoists it up and holds her armor while walking.
It's like a cartoon, like she lifts her armor up like it's pants. And it sounds like metal on metal for a brief second, but somehow she goes undetected. But the party continues in a sort of northeasterly direction down this tunnel as they stealth past these guys. You're sort of like fanned out a little bit in the hallway, and a mixture of you're in the dark, you're holding on to Valin's wing, you're a little bit lucky. You bump into a minecart on a track that everybody else sort of like walked around, but you sort of like bump it, not in a way that like hurts you or anything on occur, but like in a way that like you become aware of like a table you forgot about as you're going to the bathroom in the dark at night. You just sort of like put your hand on it as you're sort of like holding your hand out ahead of you in the dark, and there's it's like filled with something. And, you know, I'm sure there's a level of curiosity. What are they mining? You run your hand over the material in the dark, and it feels oddly smooth. It's some sort of metal. But, like, yeah, I'm sure you're no geologist, but, like, you're, like, the people that you grew up around, you're aware of some of it, at least a little, because, like, you were raised by a dwarf. So, like, you know it's metal, but as a, like, mined metal, it's eerily smooth. You can feel the like fracture pattern on it. Like it's like fractured like flint fractures or slate in like a smooth, clean, curved line. But like it's metal.
This feels wholly unnatural for a mined material. It should have like striations, it should have chips, it should have little strikes in it on the surface from where the pickaxe is hitting it. This just feels too perfect. Can I like try and like squeeze it to see if it has any sort of like give?
No, if it as you like squeeze it, it feels like steel under your like grip. Like you feel like you're squeezing a steel ingot, but like it it feels like a refined metal rather than like an ore.
Am I holding a small enough chunk that I could put it in some into my bag?
Sure, yeah.
I'll take like one like apple size, like palm sized chunk of it and put it in my bag so I can examine it, look at it later when I'm not blind.
I'm sure that like as you sort of like hang back for a sec grabbing it, Valen, you do notice that like Anakur is grabbing something out of this mine cart. And you
What are
guys,
grabbing there?
I will say you guys are like a good distance away from like the frog guys now.
I'm not too sure. It just the stuff doesn't feel right. I want to be able to examine it under a light once we get out of here, see what exactly this metal. It feels like a metal, but it also just feels wrong. I'm not a miner, but I know rocks and minerals. That just doesn't. That's not how they're supposed to be when they're mined.
Am I able to see what Anakur is holding?
Yeah. As you look at it, like, so like dark vision makes it so that like you can see, but like you can't see well. But this, as you look at it, doesn't look like metal. It kind of looks like a hunk of ivory.
Okay, yeah, whatever you're holding is definitely looks weird. Yeah, we'll take a look at it once we're out of here. I would offer to cast light, but we're in, I would like to say we're in a safe place, but we're not.
It's all right. We can examine it. We can examine it later. I'll just keep it in my bag of holding.
What would happen if I held oh, for Pete's sake, my brain is braining. If I held Star Child over it, would I be able to see it better since it's still got light that it's casting?
Yeah, I mean, like it's still gonna be like difficult because, like I said, like or I don't know if I said this now. I know I thought to say it, but then I didn't want to interrupt anybody. I might not have said it. Like you're after everything that happened at the entrance, Starchild is like as bright as like a firefly.
Oh, so I might be able to see a touch of the color, but that's all.
There is no color, and I mean I'm sure you're able to make that out, like as like it's like being held in between Valin and Anakur next to like Valin's wings. It looks like it's almost the same color.
That's weird. Shouldn't it have color to it?
Is it part of the giant?
That's a very valid thought process. That is one of my thought processes, but I have a wild thought process going in my head right now, and I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see if it is. We'll play it. We'll let the dice roll and see how it goes. Further down the tunnel with my new pet rock.
Cool.
Moth, maybe we can make a chia pet.
As you continue to proceed down this tunnel, the floor starts to get damp. At first, it's just puddles. The slow slapping of your boots and feet against watered floor, and then it's above your toes, above your boots, knee deep. Pretty soon, the tunnel is flooded ahead of you. In the dim glow of the firefly light of Graveheart's weapons, around you there's not like lightless plants atop the water, like something like duckweed and lily pads. Eerie little newts and things crawl all over the walls. You can see the water is clear. It doesn't look dangerous, but the occasional little axolotl skitters by your feet. You can all feel the vibrations now of all of the mining ahead of you, as this has been dampening what noise you could hear. It's almost like the water that you're in sort of like vibrates a little bit.
And did you say that the tunnel was flooded further ahead?
Yeah, the tunnel slopes down ahead, and you can see the other side, probably a good like 50 feet away, where it goes back up, and it looks like it comes up on the other side.
How big is the open area?
The tunnel has been a consistent size this entire time. The intricate designs the entire way have not let up, and as the tunnel slopes down into the water, that continues. The carvings are still lining the tunnel. The tunnel is still 20 feet by, what did I say? 40? Was it tall?
Something like that?
Yeah,
I think it was 30 or something.
The point is that it is a very large tunnel as far as tunnels go.
When you say the tunnel is flooded, is it like floor to ceiling flooded, or is it like waistline flooded?
Floor to ceiling flooded up ahead, and the tunnel dips down, but then you can see it come back up on the other side.
If we're gonna have to swim through there, I'm going to use prestidigitation to just give myself a personal light so I can see myself through the water. And I have my cloak, which lets me breathe underwater, so I'll be good in that front. I'll flip the hood of the cloak up, and then I'll use the prestidigitation to give myself a little lanternfish bauble hanging from the hood of the cloak.
Very nice. You look
Could
kind of
I-
like a little anglerfish, but like little manta ray. What was that? Sorry, Valin.
Could Valin use Isolde as like something to hold on to swim as they swim through?
Isolde does not do tunnels, and as soon as you guys entered, she would have gone into her little golden figurine form, and anytime you're gonna try and like get her out, you're gonna hear in your head that she just refuses to do it, especially the wetter it gets.
Okay, that's all I want to know, if she could help or not.
Yeah, she's a unicorn. She has a little bit of a vibe about things like this. I don't.
Professor Oak, there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah, well, that's part of what it is, but like really, it's that like in my head, I may have had her say this when you like met her, but like she doesn't do tunnels. Was something that I had always established in my head. Anytime you guys go into a tunnel, she's gonna be nope. I don't know if she's what's the word, agoraphobic or whatever, but claustrophobic. That's the yeah. I did it the other way around, but you get what I mean. She does not like to be in a tunnel.
If she's part horse, no horse really likes to be in caves. Nor do donkeys.
See, it works on levels. I just thought, she's prim and proper, so. She's down for adventure, but not that adventure.
Not deep cave scuba diving.
Yeah. Isolde.
Horses aren't terribly fond of deep water either.
If anyone wants to hold on to Manta Dan, to Manticore, you can go ahead.
Manticore.
I would like to hold
I'm
on to
sorry for
you
that.
on a cur.
Return the favor for the majority of this cave.
I'm sure for a couple of you, this is the first time you've seen axolotls as well. Well, no, you've all seen fucking Buddy. So, like, you do all see, like, axolotls in the water as well.
We're all just like, what are these fleshy things? Where are the rocks? Where's the armor? Where's all the crystals?
It's a lesser variety.
Did they forget to put their clothes on? Whose mother lets them out of the house like this?
They're still cute. Don't be mean to them.
Everything deserves to be bullied just a little bit. It builds character.
Oh God, no. No.
I'm sorry, we were raised in two very different tribes.
You were raised out in the desert. I was raised inside a church. Totally two different worlds.
I was also raised in a desert.
Yeah, but that was awkward at first because you guys were from, like, warring tribes.
So, like, on a cur, I was raised in a desert. Like you, I have wings.
Do those wings help you swim?
Not usually. But they can help me clean myself in a bird bath.
While we're ducked under here, make sure you give yourself a once-over. It's been a while.
Not my fault.
There's, like, little fish, like, nipping at Graveheart's feathers.
I eat fish. You might want to stop that.
Yeah, and apparently the fish eat whatever you got on you.
That might be some mites.
I take this as a beneficial spa day. They're gonna clean your feathers nice and good for you.
Fen in chat also said the fish are eating the mites. There's one of them pulls out a little bit of remora as you didn't know you had in there.
Damn, I didn't think it had been that long. Graveheart's stinky.
I feel like you all stinky. I feel like it's been a while for y'all.
Every time I prestidigitate myself, it cleans me completely. I'm the freshest smelling person in the party.
I smell like lavender, thank you.
I smell like lizard skin. Ugh.
I smell like a Roman sewer.
No, that's harsh to say for yourself.
Is this canon?
After this, I am going to prestidigitate you.
You guys are in the tunnel and like your eyes, you know, like you get into the water, you're right behind Valin, like you're in this enclosed space, there's no wind, all of a sudden you're like, oh god. As Anakur prestidigitates Valin. She probably needed this bath.
Scrub off the dead shark zombie.
Fen is asking if Anakur sheds.
Yeah, but in a similar way to like it like I would imagine like scale segments would shed off, and similar to dead skin, he would just like scratch it off. It would only ever like build up to the point of him needing to peel it off if he didn't like clean himself. But like I said, I just prestidigitate myself enough that I might, yeah. But every now and then you might just find a little lizard flake, a little scale here and there. That's for you. That's a gift.
It's like finding a snake.
Make a wish.
Like finding a snake.
I call them forbidden Doritos because if you let them sit for long enough, they get crunchy.
What's Mika
Now I feel like
thinking?
everyone in the anime is looking at me.
What's Mika thinking in this situation? I imagine that as the water gets above people's waists, like it's starting to get like like you are on tippy toes to stay above water, and Meep is probably there or doggy paddling.
Yeah. I'm probably swimming a little bit away from people, so I'm not like swimming in people. Like keep your. I mean, I might stink too, but I'm used to myself.
Everybody's getting a well-deserved bath. All right, so as everybody sort of like plunges and starts making their way down the submerged corridor, you do find that there are rooms that shoot off on either side.
Do we still hear the clanking of the miners?
Yes, but from ahead, not either side.
How far do we see the tunnel goals on either side?
It looks like they're just large rooms.
Should we go check out within these rooms? Might be something that we could use, or that we could use to stop these guys.
Checking out the room seems like a good idea.
We should probably all still stay together.
You guys are talking underwater?
Oh, I thought we were... How are we hearing things underwater? Everything sounds gurgly.
The only one of you that I can imagine can talk underwater is like Leonaker. Because magic item.
Then I guess we're hand signing what we're saying. Do we need to roll performance checks?
You're all fairly perceptive, so I'm gonna let you, that pass because that's a good way to like run it. So like instead of the conversation that you all just had, it was just like I imagine Graveheart is towards the front, being the party's like quote unquote tank. So like as you all spot the tunnels and like Onaker comes up with the light, Graveheart points at one of the rooms, looks at like everybody, and then everybody sort of like nods. And which one of the rooms did you all want to go into?
The one to the left first?
All right. You swim into this room, and you've been underwater for a little bit now, because there's a good like 10 feet down the hall before 10 or 20. I think he said it was a 50, so like 25 feet before you get to this door that you're veering off into. And you come into this room. It looks like it used to be a chapel. There are all of these pews and a podium at one end on a little raised platform to your right after you enter. But there's all of this like vegetation all over the place, and the same sort of critters you've been seeing, little fish and like crustaceans like crawdads and axolotls and things. And there's these big eggs on all of the little like podiums and things in these big clusters.
Does it look like things are already swimming in them?
Yes. Not like grown, like ready to burst, but like growing inside.
Do they look like tadpoles or pollywogs?
Yes.
So
when
they're
we come around the corner, real quick though, when we come around the corner and see the giant clusters of eggs, Anakor will immediately have a slight bit of a panic attack, and you'll see just out of the corner of his little manta eyes some blood just poop into the water.
yes, crying blood.
Blood in the water.
Lizard fear response.
I hope there's nothing down here that can smell blood.
Another megalodon comes around the corner.
No!
Sarcasm.
Anakor ends it. Anakor casts Dimension Door and leaves the party.
I would too.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm sure everybody's able to connect upon seeing the eggs that these are the eggs of the frog folk that you saw, well, or didn't really see, but like overheard earlier, but probably through context could gather were frog people.
I think we should leave them alone. We shouldn't kill babies.
You are underwater.
Okay, yeah. Is there a way we can surface, or is it up to the top?
This whole section is submerged.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And you're a good 30 feet down the tunnel now as you're in the room.
So... trying to think of the best way... I'll point back out and motion like we need to look in the other room and then book it.
I'm gonna have to start looking at people's constitution modifiers.
Or just book it.
Alright, so you guys are gonna shoot to swim to the rest of the length of the tunnel?
Yeah.
For air, yeah.
Okay. I think you guys are all good with that. Let me double check constitutions real quick. The only one who is going to struggle is Valin, who has a 10 in Constitution, surprisingly. Yeah. So Valin, as you guys are making it, to the end of the tunnel, I'm gonna need you to make a strength saving throw.
Before that, let's do this.
That says ability check. This isn't an ability check.
My bad.
You like start to run out of air as you get to the end of the tunnel, and then you barely fight through it as you pop out of the water gasping.
Do you take some like really like struggling deep breaths as he pops out of the water?
Did y'all want me to go back in there and check out that other room? I can breathe underwater with this cloak on.
Sounds like a good idea. Just be careful.
I was gonna say Careful's my middle name, but I don't have a middle name. Or a last name. I haven't gotten there yet.
Then I'll save it.
If anybody wants to go, also I can give you a bubble. I forgot about that.
Valin, who is currently coughing, like hands on knees, trying to get air, and just looks over at Mika.
My bad.
You mean I could have avoided this the entire time?
Yeah, I also have water walking. We could all just walk down the water.
In this town?
You owe me tea.
I got a pot.
It'd be funny if you pulled your little elephant pot out and it started coughing up water because it got filled up with just cave water.
It's just floating on top of the water.
I gave it a bubble. I thought about that. I gave it a bubble.
Mika watched all of us start swimming, and then right as she was about to step in, she was like, "Oh yeah, I have." Does it on her porcelain thing, then we just all swim through. I love it.
That sounds
plot.
about right.
See? And you know what I said about bullying earlier? Sometimes bullying comes in the form of accidental bullying, and like I said, it builds character. You have stronger lungs now, Valin.
Bullying's not nice!
Ironically, Fen redeemed a hydrate reward, so everybody make sure to drink water, like Valin just did.
You almost drowned it in drinking the water.
Alright. So Anakur goes back to check the other room as the rest of the party catches their breath, aside from me and her pot. But, Anakur, as you check the other room, it also seems to be filled with frog eggs for the most part. Although there are some, like, crude weapons along one wall that are sort of, like, rusting in the water. What looks like some sort of, like, makeshift, like, sleeping area, too.
I'll go and, like, scope out the sleeping area, see if there's any, like, I don't know, potions that people might have had corked up and then got flooded in this place. I don't know how long this hole's been wet.
Alright. Onaker is going to... What is... I guess that's investigation. And with a 19, that's a 30. You find not what you're hoping to find, but in a dark corner, like a back corner of the room behind the eggs, you find the corrupting crystals from outer space. The tenderly...
Are they like? Is it like a cluster, like in the wall or something, like like loose crystals?
They're in like a rotting sort of crate, like what you saw at the Lepidopteran base. The eldritch purple tenderly glow that emanates off of the crystals whips into some of the nearby eggs that have a tinted gray hue on that side.
Would I be able to move the crate?
I'm trying to think
More
about
importantly,
how
would it be
rotted it
feasible
would
for me to
be.
be able to? Would it be feasible for me to move it and pull it back towards like the group and out of the water?
I'm gonna have you make a strength, like an athletics check. Which you're not great at, but you rolled well. Yeah, it starts to give way as you get close to your friends, and like the part that you're pulling, like the nails come out and like the boards come away, and like it like just gives in the center as it does that, and then you like grab another side and you start getting it closer, and then like all of it comes apart, and all the crystals, like because of the momentum, like scatter across the floor towards the party, but like right as they do, it's like very close to everybody, and like everybody is able to sort of hear the ting 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 underwater beneath you, and look down and see a couple of the crystals scatter all over the place. This little glowing onaker comes up underneath you like a little anglerfish.
After it's I've gotten the crystals out to everyone, I'll like get out of the water and take the hood down, and I found this crate of crystals. It looked like it was leaching into and like possibly corrupting the eggs that were already in there, and I didn't feel, I wouldn't have felt right leaving that there. I don't know if these frog people that we're gonna, if we have to deal with them, are gonna be any sort of helpful to us, but like, I'm not in the business of letting babies get corrupted by space crystals. And if the party is not opposed to it, oh, we lost Rory. Well, I'll just continue. If the party's not opposed to it, I think I should destroy this like crate of crystals. I don't think that they should have it corrupting those frog kids.
Oh, for sure. Just get rid of them.
Yeah.
Rory noticed they're not in Discord.
If everyone's cool with me, well, and Rory's back.
Welcome
I'm back.
Howdy.
My Discord decided to close and now make me have to sign back in. So I'm on my phone until after we're done.
Okay, so does somebody want to catch Rory up real quick?
Yeah, I got the crystals up to the edge of the water, and I was telling everyone that the crystals were corrupting the frog kids or the amphibious children, the possible teenage mutant ninja turtles, and I didn't feel really right leaving that there, so I brought the crystals back, and I brought it to the group. I was like, if it's cool with everyone, I was going to use my magic to destroy the crate full of crystals, so that way they couldn't be used to corrupt any more potential amphibious reptilians.
Works for me. All we need are Battletoads.
And if everyone's in agreement, I will use my crystal shattering to destroy the crate full of crystals.
In agreement.
As everybody sort of like works like real quick to gather them up on a cur, you whip out your instrument of choice, harmonize in this like godly tone that you do when you cast the spell. Your eyes glow the color that like Valin's do when she channels power, and you shatter the crystals that you had dragged out. As you do, you're gonna make a Constitution save. As Anakur shatters the crystals that you all worked to gather, he sort of like faints right after it happens. There's a twanging pain that goes through the front of your like brain on Anakur as you lose the ability to stand for a second, as it feels like the floor kind of comes up underneath you.
Is Valin able to react quick enough?
Yes.
Yes, he's gonna react and try to grab him before he hits the floor.
Anakur will like blink and strain and like open his eyes, and like a second ago he was standing and then he felt a pain, and then now he's suddenly being held inch from the ground by his friend, and whoa, when the floor get there? Whoa,
You passed out.
did something hit me, or did the crystals are the crystals gone?
The crystals are gone.
Okay, good. As long as nothing backfired. God, I haven't felt this bad since I went 3 days without eating on an acid binge.
Are you going to be okay now? Do we need to sit for a moment for you?
Do I? Am I good to just get up?
Yeah, I mean,
I
like
could make some tea.
Yeah.
you feel lightheaded, but you're able to stand up at this point.
Ugh. I probably could use a second, but I don't know if we really got a moment to stop in this cave.
How much closer do the sounds of mining seem?
You're almost there. You can hear all of it cacophonously now that you're on the other side of the water. The very firmament shakes beneath you.
We're almost there. Now's not the time to. I don't think now's a good time to really stop. I feel like we're about to be where that mining's coming from, and I'd rather get that dealt with than take a nap in a cave.
We might not have a choice, though.
How much closer are we by feet?
It's still a lot of feet, but like you're the closest. Like you're really like it's not gonna take you hours to get to where it is now.
So longer than a minute.
Yes. It's about 3 p.m. at the moment, too. Well, are you going to all continue down the tunnel then, or?
Yep, and I will stay in the lead.
I will be now, like, essentially resting my hand on Valin's shoulder and using her to help me walk after my fainting spell.
Yeah, I will also say there is a glow ahead, like, in the tunnel before you, so you can see, like, where the mining operation begins. You're not close enough to make out people or like structure or anything. The tunnel still looks the same as it has been this entire time, all the way down there, in this eerie liminal, strange space. You know. But as you make it into the tunnel and get closer to where that glow is, you make out that the tunnel that you're in turns into a sort of bridge that begins to span an opening that spreads ahead of you. You're able to make it to the opening where this glow is coming from, and there are many more archways that spread in all sorts of directions as this tunnel opens up into a natural cave system that has these like lava rivers flowing here and there. There's all sorts of frog looking people here and there, grumbling, wearing these collars that emit a light purple glow as they mine away at the bones of the rib cage of the Fomorian King that rests above.
They've got green collars, not blue ones. I'm being stared at again, aren't I? Hello?
Yes, consistently. Yes.
And just so that whatever Graveheart just said doesn't make anybody feel crazy, I did say purple collars.
Oh, purple. Yes, they have purple collars, not blue ones.
Seems like they're being controlled then. Maybe some sort of like enslavement device using the crystals. Does it seem like a similar glow?
You betcha. Rusty iron chains extend between groups of about 5 of these frog people. It seems that familiar units are sort of like stuck together. Nobody looks very good, though. They do not look like they are living well.
Maybe we should have saved up that crystal breaking power for now.
I still think it was a good idea to use it on the frog kids.
And we would have needed
Yeah.
to have all of the like it's if my crystals breaking ability could have helped these people if 1, we already had them wrangled up, 2, we all had them in a close enough vicinity that my ability had the ability to affect them all in an effective range. It's probably was better used on the giant container of crystals rather than trying to, I don't know how many frog people are currently being imprisoned. Does there look to be like handlers, like people cracking whips?
You begin to scan around looking specifically for that, and here and there you see a few there's like what the fuck is the word? Like merfolk, Aquan, Undaran people. The direct,
Undinian?
yeah, like the first direct, like they're like a merfolk, but like they're the first children of Undyne, and like there's a few of them around, like not cracking whips, but like giving orders. But they also seem to be wearing collars.
Okay, so there's no one here that isn't wearing a collar. Is like I'm
No, but these guys are like loose and are directing like the frog people around. Like the frogs probably outnumber them. Like there's one of them to every 30 of them.
So they're basically being used as enforcers. Slave handlers.
In some sort of
What?
weird caste system, probably.
slaves driving slaves.
What if we set up a noise distraction in the tunnels to lure one of these guys in, and we knock them out and take the collars off?
Or we find
Ah,
where
that'll
in this place that we find the control crystal and we destroy it.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, the path that you're on, as you're like overlooking from the ledge, sort of stretches across with like a handle on either side, and ends in a landing on the other side. There's a staircase that extends down from the flat surface that you land on into a little makeshift building on the other side that sort of hangs built into the ceiling. As you all run across, head down the stairs, you make your way to the opening to the room, and as I assume you're all still stealthing, Graveheart at the lead sort of looks into the room, I'm assuming, and there's no one in there, but there is a staircase that ascends up as the building goes back into the room, and there's another staircase that heads down further into the dig site that you're at.
Should we proceed ahead?
Well, you are at a crossroads, as there is a staircase that ascends above the tunnel that you were in, so you'd be going further up, or a staircase outside the building on the other side that descends down into the dig site that you were looking into previously.
My vote's for going up. I think that we'd probably find either somebody who's in charge or more of the crystals further up, more than down where they're mining.
Maybe so.
I heard 2 for up, I think.
Yeah.
Up.
Let's go up.
All right. With it being unanimous, the party ascends. You head up a spiral staircase after heading up the original stone staircase that it ascends into the ceiling. There's like a square room that opens up above you, and a spiraling staircase just continues to go up. Looking up, it goes on for as far as any of you can see. And those of you with keener eyes swear you see fog ahead.
This isn't normal.
Nothing about this frog slave cave has been normal.
Some things less so than others.
So having entered this square sort of cylinder room that just goes up out of sight, did you all want to continue to climb for what you can see, or?
In this room, is there anything that looks like, it's being occupied?
No. There is a metal staircase that is a spiral staircase that goes all the way around the exterior of the room. But it's like one of those like latticed metals, so you can see through all of it all the way up. It has a handrail on either side and is supported by the occasional beam that runs across the room. Occasionally there is a torch that gives off a, I'd say eerie, but you've seen the like purple crystals. It's nothing like that. It's like The light that comes off of these torches looks like it is going through water. So it looks like the like light refraction off of the ripples in the water, like the top of water, wherever it casts light.
We should be very careful. More carefuler than we've ever been before.
Are you looking at a mirror when you say that?
I'm always my kind of careful.
Which isn't.
But it's fun. And I will begin to slowly walk forward as quietly as possible.
Each step gives an eerie, creaking strain under your mass as you ascend the staircase. But otherwise, it's fairly quiet. There's a dripping noise somewhere. You can hear the mountain wind somewhere outside of the tunnel. And beneath you persists the cacophonous clang of the miners. But, unless anybody's objecting, with Graveheart's lead, you all ascend the staircase. As you get further up, there are these openings that happen in the room that you're in that are like windows, but without any like glass or anything, and clouds are drifting through the room that you're in as you are walking up this staircase. But this is pretty close to the top at this point, and somewhere up ahead you see a hatch with a circular sort of like handle on it so that you can turn it to like open it, sort of like a manhole but like old-timey. It looks like it's made out of brass, and I don't think I mentioned before, but the exterior of the room is made out of this like not like a low-grade marble almost, not as refined as some of the like temples you've seen before, but like rough-hewn marble. So there's like a white and gold thing with the brass against this.
Is there anything we notice that seems off or different?
I mean, when you've made it like to or past the windows, the like mining noises below you probably get kind of quiet from what they've done for like noise cancellation. Like when you were entering before, nothing seems off. But you imagine it's sort of weird that something Undyne's followers are doing is ascending to the sky. But as you assumably get close enough to the ceiling to start getting to the point where you could like touch the hatch or whatever. I believe Valin and Meep both know Auric. And in Auric, you can read up top. It says from sea to sky, and then there's more text mirrored on the other side in the Undinian script you've been seeing.
Anyone know what it says?
Meep will
Mika wants. Mika can go ahead and have this
not
one.
not Mika, Meep, who is not here. But
Sorry.
Meep will whisper quietly to Graveheart. It says sea to sky. His little raccoon voice.
That's weird.
I could have read it as long as I was touching it.
It would be a little bit of a hang off of the like railing of this sort of ominous staircase to touch it, so it might be for the best. It's like imagine like New York fire escape level metal staircase in medieval style like building. Like the metal is rusted, the beams are very few, it sort of groans as you all ascend. But you're all fairly good at like orienting yourselves in your environs. You'd know you're like very high up at this point. Like wherever you've ascended to is like way above where you entered into this tunnel system. I'd say it's also probably taken you like an hour to an hour and a half to get up this staircase. So like the sun is like hanging lower in the sky as you get up here and can see through the windows again.
I don't see any bad guy here. Maybe he was lower. I mean, he has a fish lich, isn't he? Wouldn't that make him a flitch? I'm getting stared at again. I know it.
Even the chat is staring at you, Graveheart.
I do what I can.
What's the party's thoughts? Graveheart suggests turning around, but you just took an hour to ascend this staircase and get here. There is a hatch to go further up, but you know you're way above wherever you entered at below.
I mean, we could check the hatch first, but I've got a sinking feeling we went the wrong way.
I see Valin is feeling tired. So, how is Anakur and Mika feeling? Do you want to check the hatch, or?
I'm down to check the hatch.
Yeah, it'd kind of be redundant to not.
Alright. Are you gonna continue to lead with the party's recommendation, Graveheart, or?
Sure.
Alright. So as Graveheart twists the handle on this hatch, there's a loud as the metal against metal pulls, and some rust showers around like a dusty rain, a red cloud in the light coming through the windows, and Graveheart is able to throw the hatch open, heaving. It is very heavy. It's one of those hatches that, like, you're a very strong person, but it's even kind of hard for you to lift. It may have been impossible for someone weaker. It definitely would have taken a strength check, but as you push it, it very much pulls at some point and like almost comes out of your hand as you get it to the all the way open point. And the evening's sunlight like glows in through the opening above as fresh air pulls the dust away, and you see all around you above, there's like a little ladder you can pull down, like a metal ladder, and there's a tiled surface that extends in like all directions, and stone buildings.
Do they look inhabited?
No. There's a few leaves here and there on the tile, and like a thick layer of like dust that's been carried by wind over the place. It doesn't look like anybody's been here in a long time.
It might be safe to camp up here for the night.
It looks like Meep could use a rest, so I'm sure he would be like, I could use at least a break.
Yeah, break would be good. I'm halfway through my Bardics.
And the sun is beginning to set. Might not be another chance for you all to nestle down safely in the next coming 12 hours or so.
I guess we should rest then.
Okie dokie. As you all climb up onto this new place, you assumably shut the hatch behind you and close it. There's a loud echoey thunk, as there was when you opened it. But like I said before, it doesn't seem like anybody's around. And as the hatch hits the ground, the dust around it sort of poofs up in the air again, and then quickly lands. And that which doesn't quickly flies away in the winds that sweep past very quickly here, as you are very, very high up. As you begin to make your way around, it seems like a sort of temple meant to be up in the sky. The corners of the platform are held aloft by the peaks of several mountaintops, as this surface extends in all directions. It looks like a slab of flat rock laid across them. The only other thing is the peak that you all ascended here from, that has large crevasses carved into it to let the light in, and that is the windows that you saw on the way up. There is a building at every compass direction around the outside of the platform. All of them are made out of stone and mosaicked in tiles, depicting various stories of Arin and Undyne. There is the story of the creation of the mouse folk here, made to look after Undyne as a child, and her leading them to new homes after she grew up. There's stories of friendship between Arin and Undyne, and as you look towards the center of the spiral, the last mosaic in the timeline depicts the corrupting of Undyne.
So this is how that happened.
This. One could say this is a revelation. She, like, put on the little side of, the map, she writes a couple stuff down that she sees.
Yeah, it just shows a bunch of like black tiles depicting cloaked figures, and a large purple crystal over the shape of the serpentine Leviathan Undyne.
I wonder if that's the order of the eyes. But where are we going to camp tonight? In your special new house? Or just out here?
Well, if
Hello?
we're gonna be setting up here, you guys do that. I'm gonna study these.
Weren't you one of the tired ones? Ah!
Yes, I am tired.
Did you want to use a spell for protection overnight? Because I think Anakur has your new mansion spell, right?
Yes, I have the magnificent mansion. Are we doing like a long break or a short rest? I thought we were doing like a short rest.
If you, I said it seemed from what you saw that is you descend back into where you just came from, you might not have a chance to rest for like the next 12 hours or so. And at this point, it's about 4:30 in the evening.
Okay, so we're gonna do like just a long rest and then officially head back in after that rest.
It's what it sounded like. And at that point, you know, it's like really early morning, so you guys might have a jump on them.
Yeah, as long as we're long resting. If it's a short rest, I'm not using my only 7th level spell for a short rest.
I mean, do you still have Tiny Hut?
No, I got rid of it for the mansion. I thought
Or Magnificent
Meep
Mansion?
had tiny hut.
No, Meep has some shadows.
That the
Yeah.
sphere that people can't see and like it light doesn't get emitted from it. I remember.
Yeah, he can hide light,
Yeah.
which is also useful. I guess it comes down to, you know, whether or not you guys are long resting, because like obviously Anakur doesn't have a problem using it when you guys are long resting, but otherwise it's like, well, do you feel safe up here? You know. But I would say DM above table, probably best for you guys to long rest. So let's just say you guys head into Anakur's mansion, you have a nice meal, and you get a rest after your fun time underwater inside the mines. I think with Alpha feeling tired, Mika out, or not Mika, Meep out. See, you got me doing it now, Alpha. Jeez. With Meep out and Mika, God freaking. I guess I'm tired too here. I don't freaking know. But it might be a good place to call it for the night.
He's a good place to rest.
Yeah, but thank you to everybody who played for playing. Thank you to the people in stream for tuning in. Thank you for the people in the VODs watching the VODs. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Help us get famous. Yes.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
night,
thank you.
everyone.
Have a good night.
Night, everybody.